and that is what I often, define stuck as. Stuck is yes, part of the experience where you are unable to move forward. You feel you are being captured and entrapped in your situation. But stuck is also, the experience whereby no matter where you go, how far you escape, another place that you seek refuge in, it's like the same bad thing happen. And that's why you start to feel so helpless that there's nowhere else to go and nothing else to do about it. So what we want to heal is not what happened to us, but the intense emotions that were triggered during what happened to us. Very often clients come to my session and I ask them to start sharing with me why are they here for. And the first thing and the only thing that they will share with me is the circumstance itself. Maybe it's a marriage that's not working out. Maybe it's about a cheating spouse. Maybe it's about the pain of singlehood, whereby until now they're still unable to find the right partner. Or perhaps it's a workplace stress, the overwhelming workload, a boss that's not appreciating the effort, toxic colleagues, or a dysfunctional family, whereby the father, the mother, the siblings, everyone is in disharmony. So the thing is, when we see our problem as the situation itself, we often get stuck because we can't solve the problem. We can't solve a marriage that's not working out. We can't solve being lonely. We can't solve a toxic career or dysfunctional family without truly understanding what exactly are the emotional struggles that we are experiencing that is making us attached and repeating all these experiences again and again. And sometimes it's just moving from one life aspect to another. You can leave a marriage that's not working out, but the next thing you know is you're stepping into another relationship that has exactly the same kind of abusive partner. You might quit your job that is, to run away from, to stop facing this boss that is not appreciating your efforts and toxic colleagues. But the next thing you know is that the next office you step in is a deja vu. You start seeing the same thing happening again, maybe just in different versions and in different roles. So, and that is what I often, define stuck as. Stuck is yes, part of the experience where you are unable to move forward. You feel you are being captured and entrapped in your situation. But stuck is also, the experience whereby no matter where you go, how far you escape, another place that you seek refuge in, it's like the same bad thing happen. And that's why you start to feel so helpless that you're stuck. There's nowhere else to go and nothing else to do about it. It's like fate. So emotional healing is really trying to change and help you shift this perspective of the struggle, of the challenge, of the unhappiness that you feel you are stuck in by bringing deeper awareness, by uncovering what are exactly the emotional struggles that are behind, that are the driving force that is, keeping you going round and round in karmic circles in this situation. So emotional healing has got to do with bringing consciousness to your emotions. And, emotions, we are all born with it. It's the most universal thing amongst human being. And it is so universal, it is such a big nature in us that ironically, not many of us are familiar with emotions, our emotions especially. Now, there is a difference between feeling and emotion. And I often like to use this analogy of the weather and the climate. I mean, they are the same, but different, at different scale, isn't it? Like, these few weeks, Singapore is really raining cats and dogs every day. But it comes and goes, the next thing you know, next morning the sun comes out and it's hot and humid again. And then we have a storm again. It's raining, it's pouring. That's weather, right? It's a sunny day, it's a rainy day. But climate is different. Climate has a big, a larger scale of impact. The way it's changing and evolving is so subtle, we hardly notice. Now, feeling and emotion is the same. Feeling is like the weather. I'm feeling excited now. I'm feeling nervous. I'm feeling horrified. I'm feeling disgusted. Well, it is shorter, temporary state of your mind, your whole experience. But when I talk about emotions and when we talk about emotional healing, we are talking about this feeling that is repetitive, that is so intensive, has this profound impact to the body, the mind, even the soul. You're all shaken up. It demolishes your belief system. It makes you feel you're all alone in this world, abandoned. I'm talking about those deep, intense emotions. Okay, so I think there's a few rule of thumb here for emotions is that, first of all, it has to be long-term, repeated, it's consistent. Second one is it's in-depth. It's really down to the core. It hits you inside your stomach. It eats you from within. And the third thing is the attachment. You can't seem to shake it off. You can leave the country, you can leave the home, you can leave the workplace, you can leave a marriage, but it follows you everywhere. And it's like this shadow that does not leave you. Well, you probably won't see the shadow when there's no light shining on it, but it is still there. So that is what what we are trying to heal in the emotional healing session. It is these long-term, consistent attachment to intense emotions that's causing a lot of disruptions and imbalances within your state of mind, your state of being. And in turn, it doesn't stay inside. It torments you inside. But in order to manifest it even or amplify even more, it actually channel out and become your action, your words, your choices. And in a way, you are just attracting and creating more and more similar circumstances that allow that emotion to keep sabotaging your life happiness. So in emotional healing using emotion code, there is such a wide spectrum of emotions that we can all experience. It can be 20, 30,000 of them or even more, if you start combining. So how do you decipher? Well, I think the beauty of emotion code is that, Dr. Bradley Nelson, the founder of Emotion Code, he said that when he first started this emotion decoding, he had a chart of 400 emotions. And it was throughout time that he began to streamline them. And today we have a very concise and comprehensive chart of 60 trapped emotions. So in emotional healing, using the emotion code, what we are trying to achieve is, while you are describing the life circumstances, the life issues that you are facing, whether it's relationship, money, health, success, family, work, career, what we want to do is, or what I can help you is, we go one layer deeper in identifying what are really the big climate, the big emotions that is causing all these imbalances and disruptions, disharmony and unhappiness, in these life aspects. So if you really want to change, you want to stop the recurring patterns in your relationship, in your workplace, in your success, you want to be happier, you want to be liberated from all these negative experiences that you feel is just dominating most part of your life. We go to the underlying root cause, which is the trapped emotions. So we need to dig them out. We need to untrap them and release them okay, out of our body, mind, spirit, out of our heart, out of our energetic field, so that we can start shifting, so that we can start expanding, so that we can start opening our heart gate, opening up our world, our life experience for bigger things, for abundance. We don't want these trapped emotions to keep, going deeper and deeper under the radar without us knowing in our unconsciousness, and keep sabotaging and creating problems in our life. We don't want it to keep manifesting into every channels or every aspect, and especially on things that we love in our life. All right, so I hope I've given you, some ideas on this emotional healing. So in the next few videos, we are actually going to dive into some of the intense emotions and how to deal with them.